Hello, hello, this is Cara. We are on day 89 of the 100-day project, and I'm going to continue working in the pink palette journal using some of the pages that we put together. So yesterday I started on the cover, and I've done a couple things just to kind of get ready for the video. And I cut down the pages already, so let me show you that. So this could change, but this is kind of what I have so far for the pages. And I took a few out because it just was a little too much because this is not even decorated yet. So I cut down the cardstock, and I think that will be where I glue, the pages on to kind of cover up the white. This I had in my stash. I glued it on a piece of coffee dyed paper. Probably was going to make something with it, so I put that one in here because it's perfect. I cut down the Franken page, and then here I think this would be a good location to glue this page on this coffee dyed page. Here's another cardstock, and I'm going to put this floral page here, and then we have a window to add something behind. Here is the Edith Holden page, and I might still have to trim this down a little bit. Here's the other Franken page. And then on this one, that's where the flip is. And then we have this page that I'm going to add to the back of this cardstock, and it covers it nicely. And then we have this one with our little flip. And then I printed another one of these pinking stripes, and I think this is what I'm going to use to cover the back of the book, as well as this that we made together for the front of the book. And I'm going to cover this back spine with just a little strip of the fabric, the stamp fabric. And then I think I have two. I pulled out two different ones. This isn't actually ribbon. Someone did sewing and it made like a little belt, made a little sash. I think that's what it was. Or I do have this one that has ribbon, but I think this one would be cute on page edges, so I might save it for that. So I think this is going to be our closure. So this actually will need to go first. I'm going to take these off and set this aside and kind of get this. I feel like my world is caving in. I have fabric on the side, finished projects. Anyway, it's a little crazy up beyond. And then my little microphone is like right in my way, but hopefully the sound is better. Alright, so let's fold this in half. See, one end isn't finished and the other one is. So I'm going to have to figure that out. Being that I'm not really a seamstress. I play like I am when I'm making a junk journal, but I really don't know what I'm doing. My daughter's actually going up tomorrow to visit her grandmother, and she is going to learn how to sew, which is really fun. So maybe she can come back and show me. Okay, where did I put? There it is. So this is then going to go, which way is up, you think? This one? Like that. And that will just cover it. Okay, so we need some glue. I was actually thinking maybe I just tape it down. This is a Corey Dahman trick. That was loud. This is a Corey Dahman trick. When there's ribbons and things hidden, she just tapes them. So I'm going to do that too. Because sometimes the glue can be difficult. I think that, yeah, that'll be nice and snug. I feel like a little packing tape for the job. I wonder if I should go right out to the edge with a piece. Okay, so there's that. And now let's add the fabric. I have a shorter, smaller piece. Let's see, where's the No. That might actually work. Yeah, let's use that one. Okay. And I have my fabric tack. We'll add the glues. It's brand new. Oh my gosh, it's like butter. It's my favorite. When the glue actually does its glue thing instead of taking forever. Okay. Now, this looks like the right way. I'll trim off the tops where it's coming off a little bit. Okay. And then let's glue. Oh, I need to ink because I inked my other one. Ink our edge. And this one, I figured I could add a pocket or something to it when we're in the decorating stage. So we'll come back to this. But I noticed when I was kind of figuring things out that this page was the perfect size, well, close to the perfect size for the front. So I thought, all right, well, let's just go with that. So I was trying to decide if I wanted fabric or what, but it was perfect. So it will show a little bit on the top and the bottom, but I think it'll be okay. A little bit of the file folder, that is. I think it'll be okay. I'm going with a patchworky, kind of quirky feel anyway. Not as much perfection. Do I ever? No. Go for that? No. Let's see if I can try and get about the same amount on all three sides, though. That might make it look a little bit better. All right, I think that's good. Give it a little smush on there. Okay, and let's glue this one on. And stick this here. Same thing, try to even it up. So now let's take a look. Yeah, I like that. As I mean, it's a little long. I can cut it off later. So far, that looks good. And let's see how this is going to look in here. I have a couple pages that are a little poking out, but I think, yeah, I think I'll be okay. Let's trim. And there we go. Cute. Okay, I'm going to let that dry for a minute. And then I'm going to go ahead and stitch in the signature because you've seen me do that a million times. And then let's take a look at where we're at. All right, it is the next day, actually. I drove my daughter up to meet halfway to her grandmother. So I drove to, where did I drive? Payson and back yesterday. And then my husband was having another bout of diverticulitis. He went into the ER. Luckily, they didn't have him stay. And then we found out, or I realized when I got home that my daughter forgot her medication on the counter and she's going to be staying with her grandma for a week. So I thought I was going to have to drive up there again. Luckily, I don't. Thankfully, the doctor is filling a script for a week. Phew. Okay. It's been a nutty few days. It's been a nutty week. So here I am. It is now, I think it's Friday. I don't even know what day of the week it is. I've sewn my signature in, and this, I don't know, this was a pain. I did this like 3 or 4 times. One time I sewed it upside down, I don't know, and then this is a hot mess. Ugh. Can we just do like a restart or something? So I'm going to cover the spine with this ribbon. I think it's cute. and it will cover all of my mess ups. So let's just do that now, shall we? Let's just do it. Good grief. And then I feel like we're never going to make it to the 100 days. Keep thinking, okay, I think I can. I think I can. It's like 100, it's going to be 140 days before we're done with the actual 100 days. But it is what it is. You never know, you know? Sometimes life just throws you things. And then earlier in the week, I attempted to take my mother to her doctor's appointment, and she kept telling me, oh, I know where I'm going, I know where I'm going, so I didn't pull it up on my maps. And then we missed the turn, and she forgot exactly where we're supposed to turn, and needless to say, we were not making it on time to her appointment. So then I sat in the waiting room hoping that they would take her, and they said, no, you are too late. And so then we rescheduled, and we tried again on Wednesday. So my Monday was driving to and from the doctor's office, and my Wednesday. So that's why I haven't had much time in my craft room. Does that look like it's up? No, they're going different ways. Look upside down. I think it's fine. So yeah, this is like the first moment in my craft room, and I don't know, this whole week, it feels like. I guess one other time when I did the stitching. Whatever day that was. I don't even know. So, thanks for, if you're watching this, bearing with me in this nutty week we have had. Or I've had. Thanks for being patient. Next Friday, is it Friday? The 20th, is it? Yeah, the 20th. We have our craft showdown with Eileen Hull, which is awesome. She's a designer for Sizzix. If you're not subscribed to the, what is it? The craft showdown YouTube channel, you should, and you should hit the notify bell so that you'll know what time. If 6 p.m. Arizona time, which I think we're Pacific, no, maybe we're Mountain Standard Time right now, 9 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, if you're interested, it's really fun, and I'm excited. Eileen is going to be hanging out. It's going to be a bit different than our usual. We're going to use some of her Sizzix products. Yeah, so it should be a good time. Okay. Now I have to remember what my thoughts were for these. I know I want to cover the white. I think this one will go here. That looks pretty good. So I'm just going to glue this on. I could make an additional pocket here if I wanted. Is this thicker? I could. Yeah, we could do that. It is. No, I'm just going to glue it down. We'll just glue it all down. So my daughter, like I was saying, is spending a week in Taylor, Arizona, which is 4 hours away. But her grandma and I, my mother-in-law, her grandma and I meet halfway, which is really nice. And we meet in Payson, and then we'll go to lunch, and then they continue on back to Taylor. And then I continue back to Phoenix. So it's kind of fun, but she's going to spend the whole week there, and she's going to teach her how to sew. Isn't that fun? My daughter wants to learn how to use patterns and all that good stuff. Maybe I want this one here. Well, it's too late, but so yeah, I think that's really fun. This one here, or I guess we'll do, well, let's see. I think I wanted this one in the back. I think that'll work right there. I don't know if you can hear him, but my dog is snoring again. Under my feet. There we go. I think that looks good there. Maybe we want this one here. Or maybe this one. I have to trim it down. Yeah, looks like I need to trim it just a smidge. Also, had lunch with an old coworker from when I taught preschool, so that was fun. We hadn't caught up in a long time, so that was fun. I think we're going to get together next week too, because we both felt like, well, I felt like that we weren't finished catching up. There's more to say. All right, so I need something in my window. So I don't think I'm going to glue this one down just yet. So we'll come back to our window. Let's figure out this guy. I think he'll go here. Does he need to be a little bit smaller? Yeah, just a smidge. A little bit more. Yeah, so my husband had diverticulitis. A pretty yucky bout of it, I don't know, a month ago, 3 weeks ago. And he started feeling yucky again. And so, yeah, poor guy has another bout of it right now, but he caught it hopefully earlier again than last time. He caught last time earlier, but this one I think he caught even earlier. So he's been under a lot of stress with work, so I think that has something to do with it, unfortunately. All right, let's see. I also have this, and I wanted this on a page with what am I trying to say, Cara? Copy dye. That's what I'm trying to say. I think that would be cute right there. All right, so now I need to figure out what we want to do there for that. And I still have these for the front. Should we glue those on really quick? I think I want them like this. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll put this one here. Can go diagonal. I think I'm going to do that. My original Oh, man. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go check out what we want for the windows and I'll be back. Okay, so I found a couple things that we can put behind the frame, and this is a Tim Holtz journaling card, and I think this would be fun. And we can have it so that it's kind of like a pocket, and then it can slide out. And then if it was ever needed to put an image of the person or whatever in here, that would be cute too. And you could just swap it out. Okay, so we need to make this so that it doesn't, so this card doesn't slip all the way down. So I'm going to try and mark where I need to glue. I think I want it like that. I'm going to mark my page. Right here-ish. And then same thing over here. So then I'm going to make a line of glue right here and not cover it with glue here, and then the rest of the page I'm going to add glue to. All right. Something like that. And I did it a little further beyond the card, so we'll see if I have to, you know, shrink that area a bit. So let's just do this first. Make sure it's on there straightish. There we go. And then I'll put that in. Yeah, that should work. I'm just gonna, I can tell I touched the glue though. So I'm gonna take that out, and I think it'll be just fine, but I don't want my card to get stuck in there, so I'm just gonna take that out and let that dry. And then we have the other one. Where did we put it? There it is. And this one I was thinking would be fun to have this, and then you can move it like that. However, if it has the image, I don't know if you can see, but maybe we want it so you can pull up, or I think maybe, well, if it's down, the image isn't in the frame. Let me check on something, see if there's a different one. Yeah, I kind of think this pink one. Let's go with that. This is my favorite image. I like this image. But I don't think the placement of the frame and, yeah, will work. So let's do this one. So I think I need to mark where my book page needs to be glued. I feel like I'm going crooked, but oh, I love these erasable pens just for mess ups like that. So this here, okay. And then I'm going to mark, I need to have glue over here and over here. And I think I need some glue at the top of there. Okay, so let's see if this works. I'm gonna glue here and up here, and carefully put some glue over here and then fill in that section. Okay, let's see. Put it here and here. Line it up a little bit. And then I can erase my little mark. There we go. Okay, now let's test it. Yeah, you need to wait for the glue to dry, but I think that'll work. And then we just have a little bit here. I could put a thumb notch so you know. Let's do that. Probably should have done that first. There we go. A little ink. There we go. And that's cute. I love it. Okay. Yeah, and I'll slice. Okay, I'll let that dry too. And this tag came out of, I think it came out of here. Put that tag, and then I had another tag that fell out. Where did it go? Not there. Oops. Oops, oops. Oh, right here. Put this guy back in there. Okay. So now, I think it'll be okay. I should have maybe put something behind to not have it white or done ink, put ink, but I think this will be in there, so it should be okay. All right. So now I need to go grab some more of the pieces that we've made that we can add to the journal. I'll be right back.